Sometimes, sport gives you a second chance. 1 year later, the exact same 4 teams are back in Hamburg. The exact same semi-finals. Montpellier against Kiel, Melsungen against Flensburg. Last year gave us unmatched drama. A buzzer beater, overtime heartbreak, and a final that proved just how ruthless you have to be to lift that trophy. Now, they are back to prove they belong on that podium. Now, the rematch begins. For Montpellier, Hamburg feels like unfinished business. Last year, they were just one step away from glory before Flensburg broke their hearts in the final. Now they're back, and waiting for them in the semis? THW Kiel. This goes way deeper than a single match. Montpellier and Kiel share a brutal history. A decades-long feud defined by legendary battles where only the strongest survive. To make it back to Hamburg, Montpellier had to survive the absolute definition of a hostile environment against Vardar in Skopje. Kylian Villamino is still the one pulling the strings, dictating the tempo, while Valentin Port brings that crucial, ice-cold leadership when the lights get bright. And then there's Rogerio Moraes. Last year he was fighting for Melsungen in Hamburg. This year, he returns in Montpellier colours, chasing the trophy against his former club. Some defeats just linger. For THW Kiel, that 1-goal loss to Montpellier in last season's semi-final still burns. The road back wasn't pretty. RK Nexa pushed them to the absolute edge in the quarterfinals, but Kiel held their nerve through a brutal penalty shootout. It's just who they are. A team that simply refuses to break under pressure. Erik Johansson is locked in, ready to tear defenses apart with that fearless shooting from the backcourt. But the real wild card this season? An 18-year-old kid named Rasmus Ankerman. The young left-back didn't just show up, he became the team's second top scorer and the breakout star of this European campaign. Behind them, Domagoj Dovniak still anchors the squad when things get chaotic. And Andreas Wolf? Well, Wolf can always close up shop and win a game entirely on his own. Add Gonzalo Perez de Vargas into the mix, a man who won everything with Barcelona, but is missing this exact European League trophy from his legendary resume. Kiel remember exactly what happened last year, and that memory is waiting for them on the other side of the court. No team arrives in Hamburg carrying more scars than MT Melsungen. Last season's semi-final against Flensburg slipped away in overtime. 1 goal. That's all that separated them from the final. 1 moment, 1 possession, 1 heartbreak at the buzzer. But this year, Melsungen are stronger. Their quarterfinal against Porto tested their sanity, but they survived the storm away from home to book a ticket back to Hamburg. Danis Kristapans is still a cheat code, bringing pure, unadulterated power from distance. But the real shift is emotional. Nebojša Simic back in goal after missing last year's finals weekend. So is Aron Mensing. 2 massive absentees from last season are finally back on the court, giving Melsungen the depth and venom they need for the rematch with Flensburg. The pain of last year never went away, and Hamburg offers the chance for MT Melsungen to erase it. The pressure shifts when you're standing on the edge of history. SG Flensburg-Handewitt arrive in Hamburg chasing a 3rd consecutive EHF European League title. Something no team has achieved in the modern era of the competition. Their quarterfinal against Hanover proved exactly why Flensburg are a nightmare to stop. The tempo never drops. Every single mistake is punished instantly. Lasse Muller is playing with absolute assurance from the backcourt, leading the attack with total confidence. Beside him, Simon Pytlik brings pure chaos, unpredictable, aggressive, capable of shifting the entire momentum of a game in a matter of seconds. And then there's Marko Grigic. An explosive weapon who keeps proving why he's the brightest rising star in German handball. Winning back-to-back titles put Flensburg in elite company. A third straight? That would make this generation immortal. You can't escape the history here. A year ago, these four teams pushed each other to the absolute limit, leaving every ounce of energy on this floor. Now they return, driven by those same memories and fueled by the same obsession. For three of them, this weekend is about redemption. For Flensburg, it's about immortality. Welcome back to Hamburg, where greatness is earned.